Yo, what's up, man? It's your boy Marcel P. Black, aka the Rant Guy, aka the Thunder's biggest fan, aka I don't know, I just aka, you know what I mean? Out here, um, basketball and BS, man. Once again, I gotta apologize. We done took a little hiatus, life done got in the way, but we came back after we saw all the amazing things and crazy things, and just you know what I'm saying, the way this trade deadline and the buyout market is. I said, we gotta hop on to do a podcast. You know what I'm saying? Fellas, y'all want to say what's up?
What's up,
Yo, yo.
people? Happy to be back.
Yes, indeed.
Let's get to it. Let's
All
go.
right, cool. So if you look on my screen today, um, for me, I have speaking my man Moses Brown. You know what I mean, Mr. 2020, and I ain't talking about division. You know what I'm saying? Um, a lot of people first saw Moses Brown. He was in the clip. You know what I'm saying? Where I guess he made a mistake when he's playing for UCLA, and his teammate lifted his head up. I had no idea that was the same person probably until about a couple of weeks ago. Um, he was undrafted. He played for the Blazers a couple seasons ago, and now you know what I'm saying. He's playing for the Thunder. He was in the G League and going back and forth. He was on a two-way. He just got that bag for I want to say 6.8 million for 4 years, over 4 years. 2 of the years is non-guaranteed, and you know what I'm saying, non-guaranteed, and 1 year with an option or whatever. Um, we've been pretty. It's crazy because like people talk about like the buyout market, like our G League slash uh undraft market game is kind of crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like they said that the Thunder was like one of the forerunners pioneering like the draft and stash for the Euro players. Like we also kind of draft the stash with the, you know what I'm saying? I think it started with not it was Josh Eustace, right? The draft the stash with the undrafted guys or whatever. So we got three of them playing ball for us. We got Moses Brown, you know what I'm saying, out there doing this thing. Lou Dort, you know what I mean? He at least he gotta be on at least first or second team all defense, if not first. You know what I'm saying? My guy Lou Dort and my man Kenny Hustle, Kendrick Williams, who we made fun of for his South Dallas Shag. You know what I'm saying? But he out there getting busy, man. We supposed to be tanking, but we playing so damn hard that you know what I'm saying, we ain't losing as many games. Now right now we're 7 games under 500, and we're still 2.5 games above being out of the top five right now. Um, we currently have 17 first round picks. No. Hold on. I know it's 30. We have 34 first round. We have 34 picks total between now and 2007. I mean 2027. It might be 17 first round, 17 second round. I don't know. But I mean, we tanking for Kane Cunningham and all the other good stuff. Um, the Thunder are, I think, one of the most exciting teams to watch that you want to lose. You know what I'm saying? They play with a lot of heart. We got to give credit. We got to give a lot of credit to Coach Dagnote. He's doing this thing. Um, yeah. We just recently, and me, HB, we were talking about this before we got on camera. We recently, we got some trades. We're gonna talk about the trades later. But we made it since Shea is out for the rest of the season. We think Shea is out for the rest of the season. Um, we decided to sit Uncle Al. You know what I'm saying? Uncle Al is sitting for the rest of the season. He's in agreement with that. And we sitting down Big Moose, and we about to get these minutes to my man Mo Brown and Tony Bradley. You know what I'm saying? And and like I think it's important that we're doing this, you know what I'm saying? Because they said that like no other person has put more into Isaiah Roby and Moses Brown than Al Horford. You know what I'm saying? So he's pretty much almost like a player coach. You know what I'm saying? Until we deal him. And the thing about it is, like, even though we're not winning, we're still playing, we're still competing, and we're not playing to be losers. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah, y'all not building bad habits.
no, and that's
Y'all
what
not building bad
we're
habits
still
at
we're
They're
still
all.
not building. They're not building another Philadelphia.
right. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't want to be in the middle of the ground because it really pays like to be a small market team, being middle of the ground. You know, I mean, we did that. We've had very, very, very talented teams you know what I'm saying, go out in the first round for several years. You know what I'm saying? And so we want to get back to being a legit contender. What you know, I didn't realize that like OKC has one of the highest. I saw this somewhere. It said OKC has one of the highest winning percentages in all of sports over the last 10 years. You know what I'm saying? Like period. Like just like the win-loss percentage or whatever. So we want to get back. You know, we were spoiled to like really only have to tank for 1 year until we got KD. I mean, until we got Russ. And 2 years later, we was in the finals. You know what I'm saying? So we just trying to get back to that. We're a small market team. We see that like I think Presti learned his lesson, seeing how like if we're going to get big name, if we're going to get superstars, we got to do it through the draft. Even when we trade for Carmelo, we trade for CP3, we trade for PG. They don't want to stay. We finally break the bread. We do everything right to KD. He leaves a small market. We break the bread with the superstars. It don't work out or whatever. And so that's the reason why you don't see us making blockbuster trades. That's the reason why people are like, man, y'all got all these assets. The assets are for the draft. Like us trading for Joel. I'm just saying, us trading for Bradley Beal really doesn't because he's gonna leave us. You know what I'm saying? Like the opportunity he gets, he's gonna dip. And so we want to get these guys when they're young, get them on these rookie scale contracts. You know what I'm saying? Or if you're old, you got to be an asset, and then we're gonna flip them like that. You know what I mean?
Well, and the thing is, y'all, if y'all are going for vets, y'all only going for vet stars. You know, y'all are going for like veteran role players. Y'all are going for the Robert Covingtons or the Jay Crowders or and we made fun of them, but like, and I personally I can't stand them. But even like an Austin Rivers, like if y'all had a spot for him, no, because
they wait.
As much
Didn't
as
y'all waive him?
Oh, he's out of here.
Yeah. But as much as I can't stand him, he's the type of guy that can give you 20 minutes. He can, he can run your second team offense. I mean, but that's the thing, like, and that's kind of like, we was talking about it, before we got on. That's what I admire about it. It's kind of like y'all are tanking right in the hole, like playing hard as hell thing is that, and I always have to go back to this. This is how you prevent your taking situation from resembling Philadelphia. And a lot of people say, well, Philadelphia's they're top of the East, yada yada yada. But the thing about it is that think about like all of the issues they've had with the fit between Joel and Ben, and the fact that like honestly, like until this year, people thought Joel was kind of like soft. You know what I'm saying? But that came through like the first 3 years of his career, like being told you don't have to win, so you don't have to try. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like the whole Shirley Temple thing and him like packing on pounds and and his conditioning his conditioning until this year has always been terrible. But that's the thing. When you teach losing habits, you get loser shit. You know what I'm saying? The thing about it, y'all are dropping games, but it's just like, just like I told you when we were off camera. Nobody walks into OKC on a Tuesday night and thinks, oh, okay, 25-point win. That is not the case.
Nah.
And that's why I gotta say, like, I feel like where Philadelphia had the process, this is gonna be a further evolution of it. Honestly, y'all definitely have the potential to come out of this looking a whole lot better. I mean, I'm thinking like, in as little as maybe 2 to 3 years, y'all could be in the thick of the West. If the moves turn out right, Presti hasn't given us a lot of reason to not trust up to this point.
We have over the next 7 years, we have half of the NBA's first round picks. So it's over the first, we have 15 teams. We got their first round picks over the next 7 years, bro. So it's gonna be. I mean, that's how it worked for us, right? Like when we was in Seattle still. What? Okay. What's that?
No, nothing.
Oh, all right. When we was in Seattle, we got KD. The next year, what is that?
That's my computer key. That's my computer.
Oh, okay.
Pulling up some stats. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, I'm pulling up some stats.
Oh, I got you for sure. Yeah, so when we had KD, we got that. The next year we got Russ. The next year we got Ibaka and Harden. You know what I'm saying? It happened that quick. And now literally, so that was what, 08, 9, 10, 11, we in the semifinals. 12, we in the finals. Yeah. So it really happened. And this was, we'd only been to Oklahoma for what,
4
3
5
years?
years? 3?
Yeah,
Yeah,
because 0809 was the first season of Oklahoma. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? 11-12, we was in the finals. You know what I'm saying? So it happens that quick, man. It happens that quick. And like we like, you know, the way it goes, man. Ain't nobody gonna leave their, you know, everybody's gonna resign with their team, win, lose, or draw after they first contract is up, because they gonna take their first extension because they want to be eligible for a supermax.
Right.
So we say, man, we got about a good, let's say, 4-5 more years with him, and that boy was balling, man. Like he played like a legit all-star snub, bro. It was exactly what we wanted to. It's one of the situations where, like, you know, this is the first year. This is the first year in, I want to say, 11 years the Thunder didn't have an all-star. And I think a lot of it has to do with, I don't think we have any national national TV games this year. And so people
Y'all
aren't
gotta
seeing
have
what
at
we're
least
doing.
one, huh?
I
You
ain't
gotta
see
get at
Everybody
least
gets,
one, huh?
I think everybody gets at least one. So if they
I ain't
didn't
seen
take
that,
care of
bro.
y'all in the first half of the season, I'm pretty sure they got y'all for the second half somewhere. But no, you're right. That's a very valid point. And the thing is, and we have to remind everybody, with all of this going on, the clear tank and all of that stuff, y'all still 2.5 games out of the play. Just 2.5 games. So
Right.
I don't
So
know.
so basically what you're saying, HB, is slightly a blessing that your boy SGA ain't gonna be playing, because they will win more games with him playing. They
100%.
possibly be in the play-in.
100%.
They would probably
100%.
be in the play-in.
Even
Yeah.
without SGA, these dudes are playing so damn hard. Like
Yeah.
I don't trust them to lose these games. I don't trust them at all. The boys might rip off 5-game win streak on them real quick. Make
Like I said,
everybody.
like we didn't trade Muscala, but we set him
Mm-hmm.
down. And
Yeah.
we setting down Muscala to play Tony Bradley, who's on the rookie scale expiring.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? We pulling people up from the D League. You know what I'm
Who's a
saying? Like,
decent back center, by the way.
yeah. Oh yeah, JoJo. Like I didn't really know much about him, whatever. But JoJo had
Yeah.
something good to say something about him. So you know, I was like, all right, well, you know, I definitely respect JoJo's game. If you say this man a fool, then I'm gonna go with it. I'm gonna go with it.
Right.
But I think it's, as far as, like, I think we pretty much everything outside of trades and buyout markets have been discussed for, you know what I'm saying, for OKC. So let's throw it over to, let's go to Chicago, see what HB got to say about the beloved Bulls.
Oh, okay. Oh, you said the Bulls. Not a lot happened. Very quiet trade deadline. Yeah, it just came and went. No big deal. Oh no, that's right. We tore shit up. So welcome to Chicago, Bucci man. You know what I'm saying? We have a legit all-star center. Always been a fan. He gives me a lot of like love on my fantasy team. But seriously though, like these were kind of the moves that we were hoping to make. And the funny thing about it is that in the lead up, Chicago wasn't really being talked about as a destination for Vucevic, but we pulled it. We got off of Wendell Carter, which I know I've been pretty hard on him. And the thing about it is that honestly, if he's healthy and he gets in a decent situation, he might pop. But the thing about it is that this clearly signifies a couple of things. One, we're trying to win right now. We're playoffs or bust at least. We have to make it to the postseason. You know, you don't bring an all-star center to, you know, fall right outside and go back to the line. I like the Troy Brown pickup. You know, kind of like one of those guys, the athletic guy that wasn't really utilized. You know, and let's see who else did we get off of. And we got Chief Rocker, Al Farouk Aminu. You know what I'm saying? So like Coop's not here to slander him, but you know. But no, and I guess the most important thing is that we didn't make a move for Lonzo. And I think part of that is, and I was talking about it, shout out Mike Bailey, shout out Aaron Sless, and boys from the group, fellow Bulls fans, but I feel like it's kind of a vote of confidence in Kobe White, you know, progressing as an actual facilitator and as our, you know, our main point guard. We know he can score, but it's kind of like they're handing him keys and they're really trusting him to figure it out. And honestly, he's getting better. I mean, you know, it's only his second year and he's going to do rookie stuff. It is what it is. But, you know, we kept Kobe. You know, Pat Williams, our rookie, he's doing his thing. He's ripping it up. I mean, honestly, like with the addition of Vucevic, and Brown in particular, and also Daniel Tice from Boston. So we have a decent two deep at the center. And with Tice, I mean, if you have to, if you want to play big, he's only 6'8", and he is relatively mobile. You could throw, you play him as kind of like a more traditional four. I like it. I like the rotation. I like Gucci Mane put up a quick 20 and 10 in his debut. I mean, and through all of this, we got to keep Lauri marking. So I'm kind of a fan. I'm practicing some real cautious optimism right now. But the thing about it is that, and shout out, and I always had to thank you, Sally. Thank you for the coach. Because Billy Donovan got those four boys hit hard, son.
Yeah.
Hard. Sometimes, and especially our young boys, especially on defense, they don't know what they don't know what to do. But at the same time, like, they're trying, and like, I don't know, like, this is the first time I've been pretty excited about a Bulls team in quite some time, man. I'm talking about, like, freaking, D Rose and Joakim Noah days. Like, I'm feeling kind of excited. It's gonna feel good to watch my boys play in May.
Man,
Okay.
what about to say? I'm glad it's working out for Billy, man. You know what I'm saying? We couldn't give him what he was looking for. And at first I was like, it don't look much better in Chicago. But clearly, you know what I'm saying, whoever y'all GM is told him something that caught his interest, and they followed through with it. This definitely wouldn't happen with you know what I'm saying, under Paxson.
Right.
So, like, y'all got a better GM, and y'all got the right coach for it.
And that was
My man said y'all got a real GM.
Yeah, no, that was the selling point, because that's the thing. The Chicago job had become toxic. As long as Garpax was there, no coach worth their metal was gonna touch it. You know what I'm saying? We ran Tibbs out of town. We got that bum from Iowa State. We got Hoiberg, and then we got the Borland dude, who's like the worst Spurs assistant ever to be a head coach ever. Like, that's the thing. Like, word had gotten around the league. Like, yeah, it's a great media market. Free agents are kind of amenable to the area. Like, they want to live in Chicago, but they don't want to play for Chicago. Just because, like, because of the front office. And like I said, when we got the guy Karnisovas from Denver, it's like, well, we know one thing. He's a hell of a scout, because you look at Denver's roster. They might not put it together all the time, but like, they have top to bottom talent. It's one of the deepest rosters in the league. They scout internationally really well. So, like, I mean, that continues to be like an untapped market, and it seems like a handful of teams in the league really utilize that, and I'm glad that we can be one of them now. So like I said, I'm all about it, and also we're making smart-ish money moves. I mean, we got off of Otto Porter. That was a huge contract. He wasn't doing shit. So, like, I don't know, man. Like, I'm beaming with pride here, man. I'm telling you, man. Before I say something stupid and I go in too deep, I'm gonna go ahead and let you talk about the Lakers, Jason. Because I'm about to start making promises on here that I know my Bulls probably.
No, man, hold up, man. Wait, man. I wanted to ask you something about your Bulls, man.
What's up?
With the move to give Gucci Mane, and y'all got Zach.
Mm-hmm.
This is playoffs or bust, you think, for this season, right?
Definitely, yeah.
So let's say y'all do make the playoffs. Y'all make the play-in or make the playoffs, whatever. Y'all probably lose in round one, but put up a nice fight, say 5 or 6 games against number 1 seed. Going forward, what would you think would be the next step to getting the Bulls back to a championship level team?
Well, the thing is, like, being able to land Vucevic with time left on his contract, which means it'll have him in place for another year. Honestly, a lot of it is going to come from developing our young guys. Now, the thing about it, the one thing that I'm kind of cautious of is that the way our roster is constructed, I love our old guys coming off the bench. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Baton Rouge. We all love G-Temp, Thad Young. Like, those guys are pretty instrumental in kind of like helping kind of like keep those young guys together when stuff starts to kind of like go all over the place. So yeah. I think the thing is that, like, we got the young guys, and we draft pretty well. But I think, like, the key going forward, and the thing that nobody really talks about, is that, once again, to harken back on what we talked about with OKC, the goal is to get a Brad Bill. But I would love to get more Gary Temples and Thad Youngs, and, like, more like veteran guys that know their role. They're going to give you 20 hard minutes, and they're going to be great in the locker room for a bunch of young guys. So I think, like, that is not the sexiest move, But moving forward, if you want to, ensure like success over the next several years, those are the moves that you make. It's more about those moves on the margin than like, the big home runs to me.
Okay. Because I mean, I'm looking at y'all roster. Y'all, it's kind of guard heavy with what y'all got with what y'all got, but it's not a bad roster. And you like you say, y'all got a nice mix of young guys, some smart veterans that play winning basketball. They're not gonna be flashy, but they're gonna make the plays you need to win the game. So yeah, it's nice when it's a few teams in the NBA. It's nice if the league is better when they're good. Lakers, Bulls, Celtics, Knicks. When those four teams are winning or at least competitive, the NBA is in a better place. So it's good to see y'all. It's good to see y'all coming back on the right side with us. But when I say us, I'm looking at my man. We are what? Ooh, then dropped to fourth place, 2 games above the Nuggets and Trailblazers. No future, no games in sight for AD or LeBron at any point soon. I think the only guy we got on the buyout market was Andre Drummond, which doesn't move the needle for me one bit. I mean, he's an offensive black hole. If you let him get his post touches, he gonna rebound the ball like crazy, which is good because we can't shoot like shit. So we do need somebody that can get some rebounds for us. And I think from what I read, Montrez, KCP, and Schroeder were all guys that they were dangling out there in trade talks throughout the last couple of weeks of the trade market area. They were like looking to move those guys. I know they were looking to move, I think Schroeder and KCP because they wanted to get Kyle Lowry, which would have been crazy to me. You give up 2 guys to rent Kyle Lowry for a couple months, and then he gone, and then what? We don't have no assets left. But yeah, I mean, we looking real rough. I think we what? Oh, that's better than I expected. We're 6-4 in our last 10 because we on a 2-game winning streak. But the schedule doesn't get forgiven for us for a while. We got the Bucks, the Kings, the Clips, the Raptors, the Heat, and the Nets coming up in the next couple of weeks. So I don't think we're gonna win many of them. So yeah, I'm just hoping we stay afloat and don't fall into playing game range. Because it could get real. It could get real serious down there.
Lakers versus Grizzlies playing game. Let's go, Ja. Let's go.
Ja, we don't need that because I don't want Ja to dunk on AD because then AD gonna be hurt again.
Was Curry's been hurt every time they played against Memphis, huh?
Steph?
Yeah. Steph.
Against I don't think he played the last game against them for sure.
No, because I remember last year when they was like saying, yo, when the young Grizzlies was like, yo, Iguodala kind of capped. And remember Curry was like, that's my guy. And he was like, and they was like, Curry, you can get it too. But like, but I don't but I was waiting on that matchup, but I don't remember hearing if they did go heads up because I definitely want to see a young Jack go at Curry. Like, yeah, what you had said was out. You know what I mean? Like that I want to see that. Where is Jack from? Where is he from?
He's from the Midwest.
I'm gonna look him up.
I think he's from the Midwest. I'm about to hit Google
from out here for sure. He's from out here because that man don't feel.
Oh yeah, he don't care about it at all. He stay with it on his mind. He don't care.
He's from South Carolina. Oh, he's from South Carolina.
Oh, okay.
Gotcha.
Okay, well that explains a little bit. That explains a little bit. Yeah, man. My Lakers, man, we started out so nice. The title defense was looking great. I was enjoying walking around saying my defending NBA champion Lakers. But man, if we don't get healthy, it's gonna be rough. And hell, with the move to teams in the West, it's still gonna be rough.
So here's my thing, and like you said, we're joking about the play-in, but the thing about it, we're looking at multiple weeks without AD and LeBron still.
Yes.
And the end of the season is coming closer. So I mean, we're already in late March. Playoffs start in May. So I mean, even when those guys come back, it's going to be a very, very little runway for them to prep for the playoffs. And not only prep, but like try to cobble together a couple of wins to get better position. So like best case scenario, worst case scenario, where do you see you guys fall? And who don't y'all want to see in the first round?
Worst case scenario, we fall to maybe 9 or 10, and we end up in the playoff range. In the playoff, a best case scenario, we hover around 5 or 6, and we don't have to do a play-in game. But even at 5 or 6, say we fall into the 6th spot where the Blazers are right now.
Yeah.
The 3 spot is the Clippers. That ain't a first round. That's not a first round matchup we want. No. And I'm not saying that like I don't think we could beat either team, but getting your guys, just getting AD and Bron back, you would rather have an easier matchup that first round.
Well, yeah, because think about it. If you have to fight with somebody in the first round as a 6 seed for 6 or 7 games, and then next round you have a Utah, you have a Phoenix, like it doesn't get easy. That's the thing. Like it'll be like the I guess the cumulative fatigue of it all. And then after that, you got somebody in the conference finals, and that ain't gonna be easy. So like, yeah, that's the thing. I mean, and I know like a lot of folks saying the conventional knowledge is don't worry about seeding, but like I say, yeah, you probably should. Just because like you want that first round to go be as easy as possible. You want it to be, especially with Braun and AD coming back. They don't want a 6-7 game physical series in the first round of the playoffs.
I mean, being honest, looking at the standings in the West, besides, I mean, the only team I would feel comfortable with, and I don't mean this as an insult to them, but I mean, I would rather play the Blazers in the first round if I could pick our opponent right now. Yeah. That would be my opponent because they're not a physical team. We can beat them up down low. Canner, he's a good offensive rebounder, but defensively, he's a nothing. He's a minus player. Yeah. And I think we could beat them in a 7-game series. They'd probably go 5 or 6, but I don't think they would eliminate us.
Well, let me ask you this: are they going to get Nurkic back?
Ooh.
For the end of the season?
Ooh.
Because Big Nurk was balling before he went back out. Like he was acting a whole ass fool.
Yeah, he was balling, and then they did just make a trade, got rid of Gary Trent and Rodney Hood, swapped them out for Norman Powell. I actually like Gary Trent Jr. for them. I was surprised they made that trade because he's one of their.
They don't want to pay. That's what that boy's doing for some money next fall. And that's the thing. I think Powell's under contract at least for one more season after this season.
I think Powell has a player option for next year.
But that's the thing. He ain't making no money though. That's the thing. Like they signed him for relatively cheap. So if he picks up the option, because that's the thing. You think about paying Powell probably like he can't be making more than like 12 a year. Like Trent's gonna get like between 15 and 18.
Yeah.
So it was a money move, and plus, like I think the Rodney Hood experiment just didn't work in Portland. So hopefully he can kind of like rehabilitate over in Toronto. What'd you say?
Better question. When has the Rodney Hood experience ever worked?
Slam
how many chances Rodney Hood will get, man?
I mean, here's the thing. He's so infuriated because one is injuries. Two, like you see flashes. Like you know what he kind of reminds me. You know what he kind of reminds me of, like kind of like almost a slightly lesser version of Jeff Green. Because Jeff Green he'll pop off 25 and 9. You get all excited. He'll have a hot week, and then he'll disappear for the next two or 3 weeks. Like that's kind of the whole Rodney Hood thing.
So I was thinking you said comparison. I was thinking Corey Brewer.
Ooh, deep cut.
But look, the thing about Corey Brewer though, you can at least say Corey Brewer always brought energy and played defense. If he ain't do nothing else, he'll play some defense.
Yeah. I'll foul shit
out. He's gonna give you that. Yeah, he's gonna give you that. He's gonna give you that. Oh man,
and also, bro, like I'm sorry to cut you off, bro. Speaking of bums, I just needed to transition to this P Bev. I don't like you, and I can't wait till his contract is up and he's finally out of the league. I had like a I I had a I had a vision of like Presley doing something similar to like Myers Leonard, you know what I'm saying? Like he did the Myers Leonard, like right, like making a trade with the Clippers and getting all these picks and taking P Bev and like waving them the next day. Like that would be like that would be the epitome of serendipity. That would be oh man, that would be like that would man. I get a Presley tattoo on my arm if he did that, bro.
And also, speaking of that, in the NBA, how do you racism your way out of the league?
Bro, real talk, bro. No. Like,
right.
no, he could like a white dude too, bro. It's like it's funny. It's like cause he only got $550,000 by Miami or whatever. He only got $550,000, but it's just like, oh no, like I like
yeah, we about to get you up out of here though.
Like no, like you know the politics, man. The one thing you don't do is be anti-Semitic. That's what you don't do,
bro. Especially like when the owner of your present team, his team at the time is Jewish.
I mean, dog, can you imagine, like, dog, real talk, like, the NBA getting soft, man? Because imagine if David Stern was still the commissioner.
Ooh,
like,
boy.
he would, dog. Look, by the time he turned his PS5 off, he'd have been out the league. He wouldn't even. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you know, Silver's progressive and he's pretty diplomatic and he's a player's commissioner. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like, man, look, Stern, like I said, by the time he cut the power off of the PS5, he would have never like dog, like
he would have got that call from his agent.
Yeah.
Mom, look, what did you say?
No,
what did you do?
Real talk, bro. Like a man. By no means like do I have any sympathy for him, but that brother got to be on suicide watch. Like he threw away a multi-million-dollar job. Like he's never gonna play again in the NBA because of a literal four-letter word that was a slur. He could have said CUNT. He could have said any other word. You know what I'm saying? Besides that word, and he would have been fine.
Yeah.
Like, but like I said, you go back to when they was in the bubble. He didn't want to take that knee. Yeah. And so, like, I've been calling him a proud boy. He may not be a proud boy, but that's you. Hey, look, if I'm Richard Spencer, I'm gonna recruit that man now because that might be the only job he can get, bro. Just be a 7-foot racist because it's over for your boy.
Man, look, he's just about to bounce out, catch a flight, go overseas, hoop somewhere over there. They'll accept him. He's 7 foot. He'll find a job overseas somewhere. But we don't need you in the NBA no more.
Nah, bro.
We normally would have Coop on to talk about the Pels, who just pulled off a victory over the Boston Celtics tonight. So the Pels with a decent win. Look like they're about to blow it. They're up 17. With 5 minutes left, it looked like they only won by 5, but the Pels got it done.
Yeah.
Well, look. I know Coop had a question for us, and I want to use that to transition into us talking about trades. But before we get to the Pels, right? What the hell is going on in Boston?
I don't know. It might be time for Brad Stevens to go. I don't know. It just.
There we go. Let's talk, JB. Look, HB. I know Stevens is your type of coach, right? Is Stevens overrated, bro? Is he overrated?
You know, I don't think it's as much overrated as like I think sometimes things just kind of run their course. Stevens is the type of coach that when they're winning, you have to remember since he's gotten in the league, they for the most part have won. I think like when you're riding high, when that win percentage is like 550 and above and around 600. Everything's cool, everything's cool. But I don't think he knows how to like deal with the team that's like legit losing games. And the thing is like, when I say losing games, like you have 2 all-stars and you're losing games. Like if he had a rebuild team, because I think when he came in, it was kind of rough in the beginning. That's fine. that's expected. But when the expectations are this high and you're winning and you can't figure out why, like I think that like I think honestly they're probably starting to tune them out. Because that's the thing,
That's
like
what I
with
heard. I
Tatum,
heard they're not listening to it no more.
yeah, like with Tatum and Brown, like two very talented brothers, excellent ball players, and like by all means, like really awesome human beings off the court as well. But they're very strong personalities. You know what I'm saying? Like, and the thing about it is that Boston has had just terrible luck when they try to bring in like guys to kind of like elevate it. Gordon Hayward didn't work. Went to Charlotte, started balling immediately. Kemba Walker, it just hasn't worked. You know, that's the thing. So I think what it is that like you have the frustration boiling over of your two best players. And remember, this started a couple of years ago with the whole Kyrie thing. You know what I'm saying? When
Yeah.
Kyrie wants to like do all this like space age, whatever, I'm a leader type stuff. You know what I'm saying? And those guys like, bro, we made it to the conference finals without you. Like, chill out with all that. But like that's the thing. Like I think right now that with Tatum and Brown, and especially Brown, because Brown's playing out of his mind this year. I mean, definitely his best season thus far. I think the frustration is starting to boil over, and the messaging isn't working anymore. Because Brad's probably fighting a good fight, drawing up some nice, out of timeout plays and all of that stuff. And, but it just ain't working. They're 500. They're a 500 team, in seventh place. And they were expected to be, honestly, they were expected to be top 3, top 4.
Well, know what I see? When I watch them play, they seem like a very finesse team. They soft. They get pushed around. They ain't got no toughness. They not nasty. They're not nasty. I mean, besides Marcus Smart, they like, these some pretty boys out here. They soft. They ain't got no they ain't got no crazy on the team. And the coaches, and they should have kept Terry Rozier for what they paid Kimber. They should have kept Terry.
At the time, hindsight is 2020, because at the time, everybody was like, "Oh, the Celtics won," because Scary Terry was scary and consistent. Like that's the thing. So like my thing is, it's just one of those things, and there was always questions about Kimber's health. So Boston, they took that on full risk, and I mean after the whole Hayward thing, I would have been a little bit more cautious, but they took it thinking we get Kimber healthy, because Kimber's a hell of a point guard. He's a hell of a player when he's healthy. And like I said, I think part of it is that like Boston tries to elevate the team around Brown and Tatum, but every time they try, it's a swing and a miss. It's just.
But the thing about that team that went to the conference final with Terry Rozier, Brown, and Tatum and Smart, that team actually had an identity.
Oh, definitely. And they had
Marquis. Yeah, Marcus
yeah.
Morris.
Yeah.
That team had an identity. They were tough as nails. They played defense. This new team, they don't. It's like, okay, you watch them. Tatum about to hit you with a crossover, dribble, twin legs, step back three. It's all driving kick or one-on-one basketball, except when Steven drop a play for out of bounds. But other than that, this team don't really have no identity.
No.
Except being soft to me.
Well, and they're 22nd in defense. Like, when has that been a thing for Boston to be 22nd in defense?
And they got good defensive players. That's the crazy thing. They got good defensive players.
Yeah, they got Ojale, they got Grant Williams. I like the Grant Williams kid from Tennessee. They got guys, dude. Like I don't know. I mean, I just think that like honestly, at the end of the day, I think that like the messaging just isn't working anymore, which is why when the IU job came up, everybody was like Steven. So apparently IU did offer Steven, and he turned it down. But I don't know. I think that would have been a nice little eject button to go ahead and get up out of there, because I feel like honestly, if the Celtics if it doesn't get any better for the Celtics, and I mean like he wills them to like a second round, series, I think he's out of there. I think if they lose in the first round, he's done.
Yeah, and right now they the 7th seed. They'll be going up against that monster in Brooklyn. So yeah, it wouldn't look good. It wouldn't look good for them.
Yeah.
Even health. I don't want to give Brooklyn no credit, because my dog Marcel don't want to see James Harden rewarded for his bad behavior to get out of H-Town. So yeah, I'm not gonna say nothing positive about Brooklyn right now.
It is what it is, bro. So look, we talking about Brooklyn.
Remember Remember we used to get to make fun of Brooklyn on the pod?
Man,
I used to yell what Brooklyn at, and we always say at the bottom of the standing, like always.
it did like we thought it was going away, but we thought it was going away when Kyrie disappeared on the team. Man, these Negroes turned it all the way around, and it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yo,
and KD out here just taking a vacation, getting rested and healthy.
Yeah.
Getting healthy.
Well, look, while we at it, man, let's look at some of these trades.
Yeah, do it.
Let me see. I got stuff all up here. Let me see. We're not looking at that. We're looking at this right here. Let's go back a little bit.
Yeah.
March 13th.
Mm-hmm.
Well, okay, so okay, well, that's old news. March 13th, Jaime to the Thunder for Zvi. I can't say his name. Zvi McCulloch.
Yeah.
He's a shooter.
Former Laker.
He's a shooter. And he didn't shoot well in Detroit, but he's shooting well for us. Like we talked about off screen. Like pretty much, I think they work behind me. Like, look, hey, you get your stats up. We'll help you get your bag up. We ain't gonna be able to pay you, but we can send you somewhere where you can get paid. And so, big shout out to Jaime, man. He held it down for us. He did the G League. He brought a slam dunk championship to Oklahoma. So I got nothing but love for Jaime, bro. Hopefully he don't go out like Reggie Jackson did when he went to the Pistons. I don't think he will though. He a real one. All right, so more Thunder trades. March 17th. Trevor Ariza, who just didn't show up. You know what I mean? Like I think I said this. Is Miami the home for all the old veterans who don't want to play with the young pups? They did it with Iggy. Now they got Trevor. That's cool. Like every time I started the season with the Thunder, I released Trevor Ariza off the flap. He ain't one of us. He ain't one of us. He gets none of us love.
I really don't like that, man. I really don't like that. I don't know. It's just I don't know. I don't even have words for it, dude. It's such a sucker move. Like refuse to play. Like whatever.
That's why it's like he was already in Miami before the trade happened, so he knew what he was doing. Myers Leonard, bro. Like we laughed about that already, but then he might have done the like people have done some really, really stupid. People have gotten fired on their day off for a lot stupider. Like, man, it don't make no sense, bro. Like Myers Leonard is the biggest dummy of all time, but we will take that pick. Thank you very much.
I was about to say, man, like y'all got a hot pick for it though.
Man, like
appreciate you.
I would love to be a fly on the wall in the war room when Preston and Pat Riley are negotiating. Bro, like I said, the level of gamesmanship. And you know what I'm saying? Like you, man, that's probably the greatest thing ever. And then you got Nick Collison in one corner, you got Alonzo Mourning in the other corner. Like, bro, like it's probably pretty entertaining. Bucks, that Torrey Craig. Nobody care about that.
Yo, wait, Sally.
Okay.
That's gotta make you feel real shitty as a player if you get traded for cash considerations.
Right.
They don't throw a pick, they don't throw a player. Look, we're gonna give you some bread to take the dude off our hands.
So wait. So one note about that. So Torrey Craig, y'all remember him from Denver last year, defensive player, ran a lot of minutes for him in the playoffs, came up big for him. For some reason, couldn't crack the Bucks rotation. But in his 5 games with Phoenix, 16 minutes a night, 7 points a game. Like sometimes it's all about fit. But what I can't understand is like why the Bucks couldn't fit him in, for such a defensive-minded team. But that's all I had on it. But like it looks like he's thriving, so I'm happy about that.
I just never want to get traded for cash considerations.
What is the consideration? I mean, we gonna think about giving you some money. What you mean consideration? Like, is that an IOU? No, is that an IOU? Like a rate check?
You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? It ain't even like, hey, $2 million. It's like considerations. Depending on how good we do, we might throw you $1 million. We might throw you $1,000. It's like really vague. That gotta suck.
Right.
Oh.
So the Bucks was kind of active. All right. So the Bucks traded PJ Tucker and Rodions Kurix, who just came from New Jersey, couple of a second round pick swap, first round pick, and for DJ Augustine, DJ Wilson. They got all the DJs out of Milwaukee, and you know, a couple, you know, some picks, some pick swaps, top not protected. You know, what y'all think about that?
I mean, the thing about it, the Bucks needed to get there. Like, well, Tucker wanted to move, so they had to move him. I mean, honestly, at this point, the Rockets are just kind of like in, you know, asset, you know, like pick collection and is getting as many bad contracts as they can so they can get them off their books so they can kind of start to rebuild. But I think what it is that, like, and, you know, like, I mean, we can talk about like how shitty Harden was, and he was plenty shitty about it. But the thing about it is that, like, where y'all are doing like a smart and planned out rebuild is like this season started. Steven Silas showed up and was like, okay, we're about to tear down this stuff. I think like everything's just happening so quick in Houston right now. And it's just like, you know, outside of Christian Wood, like, what do you have for the future? Like, what can you count on? I mean, and we'll look at like the Oladipo trade after this, and you'll just have, you know, and it'll be apparent that like
when they ain't even getting that for Oladipo.
Exactly. But I do like it for the Bucks. For the Rockets, I mean, Wilson's a nice piece. DJ Augustine, veteran, you know, might be able to show somebody else. Yeah, whatever, you know.
Yeah, the Bucks just wanted to get rid of DJ Augustine contract. He got overpaid, so they're like, please take him off our hands.
Yeah.
And the thing about it, like, man, you don't want no angry PJ Tucker on your team. You gotta get him out of there. Like,
nope.
No, you got a 6'5" center, man. You don't want that man angry. He did look. If you 6'5" playing against 7 foot people, dog, you something different. Let's make sure that you're happy and get you where you need to go. Clippers saying, I don't know who this is. Capen Gelly, I don't know. Clippers and
Kevin Florida State. Yeah. I would kind of athletic. And this is pretty much like, I mean, this is just like asset and moving money around more than anything. He was just a body that got sent. I mean, he's going to the Kings, so his career is about to die. So
is Vlade Divac still a GM?
No, I think they got rid of Vlade, huh?
Yeah, it's the Randa Divac guy. So
okay. Well, I wish. So you said this guy's going to the Kings. His career's pretty much over with. This guy.
Pretty much.
I wish they did it for Patrick Beverly. I would love to see him spend the last of his terrible career throwing the ball Hassan Whiteside, and you know what I'm saying? Until he just look, he definitely don't even get. He should get cash consideration. He ain't even draft Beverly about it. He's the definition of a cash consideration. You know what I'm saying? All right. We talked about. I'm looking shout to Patrick Beverly every chance I can. We definitely talked about the trade already. You know what I'm saying? We got Gucci Mane and Chief Rocker, Wendell Carter Jr., Otto Porter, 2 future first round picks. You know what's funny about it? So like, you know, I be playing 2K. When I get bored, I like to create like different teams. And when I do fantasy teams, like one of the first available small forwards is always Otto Porter, and I be busting people here with Otto Porter. He good on 2K, man. You know what I'm saying? But you know, he good on 2K. He got good size. He can shoot, play some defense. You know what I'm saying? At the 3, he just, you know, whatever he got going on in his personal life totally ruined his name. You know what I'm saying? In the NBA, don't nobody want no parts of him.
Oh, for real?
He did something, didn't he? He did something that was kind of crazy for in Chicago, right? What did he do? He had some type of problem.
Okay.
Hold up.
You know what? I'm on Google though. Let's see.
What did he do? He did something.
Was it before he got to Chicago?
No, it was like it was something. It was, I can't remember what it was, but it was something like, I want to say like, hold up. Oh, I might be wrong.
Okay, well, okay. Yeah, because I'm looking, I don't see nothing.
Well,
I don't see nothing crazy.
One thing I'm happy about, we got off that contract, so there's that.
Gotcha. Okay, I thought it was like some disciplinary stuff. All right, whatever. I was wrong. My fault. Yeah, that was a good trade for y'all, HB. Y'all got the picks too.
Yeah.
Blazers. Oh man, yeah, I saw the video with Norman Powell. when they lined up for the start lineup, he lined up on the right side of accident. Oh man,
I can't blame him though, man. I probably
And Gary Trent had dude, you over there.
yeah.
That's crazy. The dude
you in my spot, bro. Yeah.
The dude you got traded for had to tell you where to go.
Right.
Hey, at least he wasn't traded for cash consideration though.
Bro. Hey, but if you remember when LeBron went back to Cleveland, it might have been a preseason game they played against Miami, and he went and set a pick for Norris Cole.
Mm.
I don't know if y'all remember. Yeah, he went and set a pick. It was just a natural play. When he went back to Cleveland, one of the first times in the season they played against Miami, he went and set a pick for Norris Cole. So I guess you see these people every day, you gotta, you ain't even looking at the jersey color, you're looking at the faces and the bodies, I guess, and you're not really paying attention.
But as far as the basketball move, I think it's a really good move for Portland. Because Norman Powell, he's been balling this year. You could argue he was maybe like their third or fourth best player thus far. And like I said, the whole thing with Gary Trent, the players were happy with him, but they just don't want to pay him. So, and Rodney is being Rodney. So,
he is what he is. All right, now back to another trade. Okay, George Hill. I'm indifferent on George Hill. He did what he was supposed to do until he didn't. He only played 14 games for us. He did what he was supposed to do. We set him down. I don't know Ignis. I don't know who that is at all. I don't know who that is.
Right.
The Knicks got traded. Dang, Presti making sure that Terrence Ferguson moved all across the country. You know what I'm saying? The Knicks got they got Ferguson, Terrence Ferguson, straight from Tulsa. Poirier, who we traded for Poirier, but he never made it to Oklahoma City. I don't know where he ended up at. Emir Prince, I don't know, man. I don't know who these people are.
Some dude that's playing in Serbia right now, basically.
Right. Some drafted stash. The Thunder got Austin Rivers, who we already cut off the flap. Tony Bradley, who actually had a pretty good game tonight. I was looking at the stats for the Thunder against, and then 2 second-round picks, which makes us for 34 picks total.
Man, y'all got NFL draft level picks.
Bro. Right. We really do, bro. The Heat, I can't say that last name.
Nemanja Bjelica.
Bjelica.
And Kingsley and Mo Harkless and Chris Silver. Another sneaky good move for the Heat because Nemanja, he's got size, he's about 6'8", 6'9", and he can flat out shoot. So, and he's just happy to get the hell out of Sacramento. He's gonna play hard.
I feel like Mo Harkless is somebody that Cooper hate on. I just feel like he would. Like, I feel like Cooper don't like something. Like he likes somebody he don't like.
It sounds like a name to hate on.
Mo Harkless. The Kings did a lot of nothing. The Kings did a whole bunch of what was the Kings doing? Like, y'all did all this maneuvering to get the line right. Like, what are y'all doing?
Clearing cap space, man. They clearing cap space.
Yep. Yeah. Good move for Pistons though, because like I said, that's another team. They pretty much torn it down to the studs, so start getting those assets.
Yep. Spurs to the Warriors, Marquise Chris, and cash consideration. And look, at least somebody at least got traded with somebody. You know what I'm saying? Kaden Lelane. Who was Kaden Lelane?
Dragon stash.
Is that a WNBA player? That's like a girl name. All right. Thomas. Matt, I don't know who Matt Thomas is. I don't know who these people are.
Ben Shooter for Toronto. Ought to be a pretty decent fit with the Jazz.
Okay. Terrence Davis, the Kings. The Kings really did a whole bunch of nothing, bro. They didn't do anything.
Davis ain't bad.
Brad Wanamaker, some cash considerations, picks.
Yeah, the Dubs was just trying to get off some contracts.
Yeah.
Top 55 protected. What the hell is top 55 protected? Even Presley don't want to flip that. What you doing with the top 55? All right, another Bulls one. Bulls.
Yeah.
Daniel Tice, Javonte Green, Troy Brown Jr. Celtics get Luke Cornett, Mo Wagner. Wizards get Daniel Gafford, Chandler Hutchinson. By the way, Russ had 25, 10, and 21 tonight with 2 steals. Look, I don't want to see Russ back in the OKC Thunder uniform until he's like doing his farewell tour, maybe. You know what I'm saying? He's like our vet, but I'm always gonna have love for Russ, and I will never not be happy when I see Russ have a great game. You know what I'm saying? Like when I see him like doing what he does, it always makes me happy, man. It always makes me happy.
And they got the win.
And they got the win, man. And they like I'm sorry, when Russ is playing good, everybody's better. JaVale McGee is going back to Denver for Isaiah Hartstein. I, I feel like
Good
I feel
move.
like I feel like JaVale got the raw deal. Man, he got him a ring in LA and they shipped that man off to Cleveland. You know what I mean? So
But good move. Good move being back in Denver though.
yeah.
Yeah, we should have kept JaVale because Marc Gasol looked washed.
He is, man. He's over with, man. He's over with. I'm glad he got him a ring. He need to go back to Memphis and have his little farewell tour and go about his business. Okay. Here's interesting trade. Clippers for Rondo. Clippers send Lou Williams to the Atlanta for Rondo. That's an interesting trade. I had a feeling that Rondo wasn't gonna work in Atlanta because, like, you know, Atlanta's a young boys team, and he about to play all that shit with Trae Young, all that young light skinned Negro stuff he doing out there in Atlanta. So I kind of saw that coming.
But they brought him in to essentially, I guess, kind of like mentor him. The plan all along, when he signed that deal, the plan all along was that I'm gonna take this money from Atlanta, I'm gonna serve as a mentor to Trae Young, and when it gets tight, y'all gonna trade me to a contender, and that's exactly what happened.
But
That's
he basically signed with Atlanta to get the bag.
Yeah.
Because
who gonna pay him like what? How much is he getting? Like $8 million this year?
yeah,
Right.
he signed with Atlanta to get the bag.
And y'all saw what Lou Williams said that he thought about retiring for a second because he felt played.
But he said that like earlier this season though, when his name first came up in trade rumors, that if he got traded, he probably would retire. And you know what? I ain't Lou Will. You in Atlanta, but you get them chicken wings from Magic City whenever you want to now.
Yeah, he from there too. So he was like, you know, he's like the thought of playing at home kind of like calmed him down. They got some picks or whatever. The Mavericks, they sent you know, they got JJ Redick. You know, Cuban got to get him a white man who can shoot some threes. He got to keep a white man that they can fire it up. They got your boy Melly. Melly was your boy in Chicago, wasn't he?
No,
Melly's been with the Pelicans.
Who was the that was Nico, the other Nico, the Nico who played for the Bulls and went to the Pelicans, right? Okay.
Yeah.
My bad. All right. Think I'm wrong. They got James Johnson.
Man, that's actually a good trade for the Mavs. I think the Pels should have kept Nico. They actually need a man that can a big that can shoot the face the floor with Zion.
Right, because Nico's what, 6'8"?
6'8", 6'9", around that, yeah.
Yeah.
And he can shoot the three. They should have kept him. That was crazy.
Like I told you, bro, if you a white man and you can shoot the rock from three. He wasted money on Chandler Parsons, bro. He decided about a tall white who can shoot the three. You know what I'm saying? And maybe because he's from Indiana, right? So maybe he thought that maybe he's just such a big Larry Bird fan that he just trying to find another Larry Bird. Every 48 to the Magic. I saw, you know, for Jeff Teague, he got waived, and Jeff Teague is already with the Bucks. He signed with the Bucks.
I saw somewhere that Daddy's boy Austin Rivers was looking at signing with the Bucks as well.
Jeff Teague might took that main spot.
I was about to say, how many undersized guards do they need? They already got Brent Forbes
and people like, regardless of what Jeff Teague produces, people like Jeff Teague. You know what I'm saying? They like him. Like they like him. He get, you know, we like him. People don't like Austin Rivers like that.
Kind of a dick.
You know what I'm saying? So Depot, he had a short time in Houston. Now he's back in Florida, where he's from. You know what I'm saying? No, he's from DC, my bad. But he played in Orlando, but he's from DC. But yeah, okay. So now they traded him for Kelly Olynyk, Avery Bradley, to the pick swap. I want to say Presley got his fingers on the pick swap too, if I'm not mistaken. All right.
I want to say before we go to the next trade, Houston really got nothing out of the James Harden trade. They should have went on and traded him to. They should have went on and traded him to Philly for Ben Simmons straight up. At least they'd have something worthwhile because they got Oladipo and look what they flipped him for. They should have just got cash considerations for this.
Right.
So what do we think about the Darren Gordon trade?
I know I ain't played them on 2K yet, but they probably crazy right now.
Yo, I like this because okay, Aaron Gordon, you're gonna put him at the 4, so you can run Jamal Murray, the mechanic, aka Will Barton. You can throw Michael Porter Jr. at the 3. Then you got Aaron Gordon and the Joker. So Aaron Gordon, he's not the focal point of anything on the offense no more. He can just set back screen and cut, run to the hole, and Joker gonna find him for easy dunks and layups. So and he can defend multiple positions. So yeah, this is a good trade for Denver.
No, I like it. I like it a lot. And honestly, with the Magic getting Gary Harris back, he's a distressed asset. But the thing about it, you don't need anything from Gary Harris right now. You know,
Nope.
With the Magic, I mean, you think about it, like this is a team that'll be getting Fultz back. They're going to get Johnny Isaac back. You know, you got Gary Harris. I mean, you have like some misfit toys. I mean, Cole Anthony was looked pretty decent before he got hurt. I mean, the thing about it is that the Magic knows what they need. They know what they need to do. They know they need to tear down the studs, but I feel like they're doing it a little bit more strategically and carefully, a little bit more carefully than Houston is. So, like I said, everybody's kind of bashing the Magic, like, oh, you gave away everybody. The thing about it is that why hold on to that money? Why hold on to that and spin your wheels? You know, when you're toward the bottom of the league anyway. Let these folks go.
100%. So look, so before we leave trades and end on the buyout market, I want to let's honor Coop's question that he wanted us to bring up as it pertains to Lonzo. You know what I'm saying? What we at with Lonzo?
Okay, so I'm gonna just go ahead and be honest. I'm biased when it comes to Lonzo because he was drafted by the Lakers, and him being a baby Laker when we didn't have nothing. I became a Lonzo fan. I root for Lonzo when Lonzo does well. Hell, I don't even watch the Pels when Lonzo ain't playing. So I want Lonzo to do well. I think he's improved tremendously. And I think he actually fits well with the Pels. And like I told you off the pod one day, HB, if the Pelicans don't re-sign Lonzo, what's their avenue to get another starting level point guard? Because I like Alexander Walker and Kira Lewis, but neither one of them are better than Lonzo at this point. Neither one of them defend like Lonzo. Neither one of them are playmakers like Lonzo. Both of them are score first guards when I watch them play. And so what is your avenue to get to fill the void if you lose them? Because free agents ain't running the sign with New Orleans. They're a football town. Ain't nobody running the sign with the Pels.
Right, and that's the thing. And that's why, like, you know, and I get how the math gets tricky in the future because you got Zion, you know, you got Ingram, you know, you got guys you need to feed. I get that, cool. But at the same time, he's the best point guard option you got. I'm just saying, like, you know, because my thing is what they need to do is find a way to get off the Bledsoe.
Exactly.
Because that's the thing. If they can clear up that money, it'll make signing Alonzo to a fair deal a whole lot easier. But then again, everybody's kind of figured out Bledsoe, so I doubt there's a bunch of people ringing their phone for him.
So I got a question. Do y'all think because Lonzo's actually had a pretty decent year. Like he learned how to shoot the 3-pointer. He's, you know, kind of started hooping after a while. Do y'all think LaMelo coming in and having an immediate impact? You know what I'm saying? And people are kind of praising him in ways that everybody thought that they was going to be praising Lonzo. Had kind of a negative effect on the perception of him, even though he's had a decent season.
Well, and I think part of it is that, and also like Lonzo's game has grown. He's just naturally gotten better. He's just naturally gotten more acclimated in the system. You know, I just think that, and I've always liked Lonzo. And the thing is that, like, you know, everybody got real down on him after that first year in the Lakers, but you saw the potential. You saw it was there. It's just now that, you know, he's finally getting the shot together, and that's the thing. Like he's always been able to do everything else on the floor. He's a hell of a defender, great court vision. You know, I mean, and honestly, by all accounts, really good teammate. You know, the thing is that like in a league that's so dependent on the 3-point shot, if you don't have that, it takes so much from your, kind of like how people view you. You know,
And,
like
and he's shooting like what? I think he's shooting what, 38% from three for the year now.
I think he's up around there. Yeah.
Solid defender. Gonna run your offense, not selfish, no ego whatsoever. The Pelicans can basically turn a playmaking guard into a 3-and-D wing, and they put the ball in Ingram hands and in Zion hands. I don't mind Zion with the ball as much because Zion passes the ball or he gets to the rim or to the free throw line. Ingram sometimes I don't know. Sometimes Ingram really thinks he's KD when he's not, and he go one on whatever, and that's when they offense start bogging down, and you see them losing games. But yeah, I don't know, but I think HB team interested in Lonzo. They make an interesting light skinned backcourt with him and Zach LaVine.
That's a whole lot of lack of melanin. All right. So let's talk about these buyouts, right? Okay, so Blake Griffin bought out by the Pistons, signed with the Nets. LaMarcus Aldridge bought out by the Spurs, signed with the Nets. Andre Drummond bought out by the Cavaliers, signed with the Lakers. I can't say that name. Who is he getting bought out by somebody? Gorgie Ding.
Mm-hmm.
Who is he? Is he any good?
He's solid. What it was, he got his bag when he was playing in Minnesota. So basically, they signed him some money. Then they flipped him to Memphis. And honestly, still a decent, kind of big, and it's something that the Spurs actually need. They need a little bit of size. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. I kind of like it. I didn't know he had signed with Spurs, but no, pretty decent. Like, I mean, he's a serviceable guy. He just couldn't crack the rotation in Memphis. I mean, because when you got he's not playing right now, but when you got Jonas Valanciunas and you got Jaren Jackson Jr., there's not really much space for you, right?
Oh, you know what? He's from overseas and he playing for Pop. He's straight. That's all you need. All you need. If you're not born in America, he gonna resurrect you like he did. What's his name? Your boy, Boris Diaw. He gonna
Hey,
all right. So it's. I was like, go ahead.
But yeah, Gorgie Ding, he the type of dude that if he wouldn't have got bought out, he'd have got traded for cash considerations.
Okay.
So it says veterans who have been bought out or released this season and the free agents: Jabari Parker, Vincent Poirier, Austin Rivers, Jeff Teague. As we said, Jeff Teague is already with the Bucks. You see any takers in any of those people?
For offense, instant offense, I can see somebody taking a fly on Jabari Parker. But the thing is, he's so damn bad on defense. So I don't know. Poirier, people need size. He's a big lump of European dude. So Austin, like I said, personally, I don't care for him. I think he's a bit of a dick, but he's a guy that can run your second team. I mean, your second string. So I can see any of these guys getting picked up. And like I said, Jeff Teague's already with the Bucks. So.
Right. HB, how you feel about Drummond coming to LA? I'm sorry, JB, my bad. How you feel about Drummond being the Lakers?
I mean, it is what it is. We need bodies right now. Hell, tell them pick Jabari Parker up on the way. We need bodies right now to try and win a few games to stay out that play-in zone for the playoffs. We trying to defend this championship, not be one and done. I want to win this one more so we can have more than the Celtics.
Y'all need to put a jersey on some cash considerations. You get a big bag of cash and put a jersey.
Y'all crazy. Well, I think that's everything, man. You know what I'm saying? Big shout out to everybody in the Basketball BS group. Shout out to Daryl, wherever you at. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad you beat that COVID and you back to straight or whatever. Shout out to Coop, man. You know what I'm saying? The blurtus.com, Blurtus website, doing a million different things, man. It's always good to talk basketball with your brothers, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna promise y'all that we're gonna do this every week because we got a whole lot of different lives, a hopefully, man, you know, as we get into like the end of the season and the playoffs, y'all will hear from us. And when we come through, we will have some dope commentary, just have some fun for everybody. Check us out, Basketball and BS, exclamation mark on YouTube, and on SoundCloud, Basketball and BS, exclamation mark, on the Blurters website. Catch us on Anchor, we on Spotify. Boom, y'all check us out. Signing off until next time. Peace.
Peace.